What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoky review, we're going to take a look at a brand new HG kit from the Gundam, or Gunpla Evolution project, and it is, of course, the HG After Colony OZ-06MS Leo. And this is pretty much the major grunt suit from, well, the Wing universe, because you can see Gundam Wing down here. And yeah, people want to absolutely troop build with this. As you see here, it even promotes it on the box art with just dozens of Leos. They're all from Oz. So you got Oz mass-produced mobile suit, which it really, it truly was. And I like that they even kept it within the, basically referencing it as a Zaku, so 06MS. Yay. So actually very nicely done box art here. You got a straight up Leo and then a whole bunch of other cannon fodder back there. Got Bandai 2018 down there, and actually this is the first HG wing kit I've done, so sweet. And as you can see from this angle, this is an incredibly thin box. If we remember back to the unboxing, it's super thin. So you got the weapons right there. You got the obligatory front and rear shot there. A shield with flexible articulation. Nice. And you got evolution point. Boom. Fine build. Maintains both easy assembly and high quality. All 6 colors of the MS can be recreated with colored parts. Nice. And of course you got right there, a new joint structure allows both an easy assembly and wide range of articulation. And then parts for each of the sections are on separate runners. That's actually a very, very cool thing about this. Showed that off in the instructions, the way that they have things laid out. I really, really appreciated the way this kit goes together. And on this side, you've got HG211, yay, and OZ-06MS, and then Gunpla Evolution Project, yay. And you come around to the final side, and you've got the real quick read-up right there. The Leo is an MS developed using data from the OZ-00MS tall geese. It is still used on the front line, having high productivity and versatility. Yay! Yeah, basically, it is a watered-down tall geese. So in the same way that a Jim is a watered-down Gundam, a Leo is a watered-down tall geese. So yay! All right, so you've got polybag, top cover, 3-year-olds, Leo, face, don't. And you got all the things here. So 3-year-olds will be unhappy. And you got 1,000 yen. Super cheap. It's super cheap. And then illustration by Morishita Naochika, one of my favorite artists. Brand new kit. Still upside down. Though now you got a giant crotch thruster facing upward. Yay. No build montage for this one, but let's go ahead and get to it. Alright guys, so here we have the new HG Leo out here, and looking all kinds of little green. Not to be confused with this little green. But hey. Alright, so I really did enjoy this build. It's actually super fast. I think this thing took me less than an hour, maybe a little bit longer for some of it. But it was very, very easy on the initial build. Now, as we'll go over here in a second, there are some modifications done to this guy. And yeah, so real quick, we'll go over the basic weaponry and our stuff. So you've got his little machine gun here. I really do dig this. It comes in a nice matte black color, well, fairly matte black anyways. And the seam line is actually very, very nicely done. It actually almost isn't visible. You have just the cap on the end, and you've got these parts here, the sandwich. Now the barrel, literally the barrel there, does have a bit of a seam line. But he does just plug that straight into the hand. No biggie. Holds it. Shoots all the directions. It's definitely a classic design. I really do dig that. Now he does have a shield. Yay for shields. And the only real way that I see that you can use this is to plug it onto the shoulder. So you've got the standard shoulder armors here, so you can display it one of 2 ways. Technically 3 ways if you really want to make it a left-handed shoulder. So you pull that off. Oops. I don't even know how that came off. So the little thingy on the back here that is for added on things later on. You know, it is what it is. So shield mounted, or shield mounted, shoulder mounted shield can go on there as such. and it can go up and down. This is mounted on a ball joint, all nice and neat there, panel lined in dark green. And if you want to, you can totally just knock that out of the way, give him some nice head cover, or kind of reverse it over the back if you really want to, whatever you want to do. He does have a handle right here, so I guess if you really want to try, he can kind of hold it in his hand. If you really want to go there, I guess. Let me see. This is a practical experiment. Alright, so let's see if he can hold it. Nope. Hands are slippery, sorry. Alright, so that. This is like a if I can even get the back of the hand plugged on situation. Hold on. Let's try this. I'm giving this a try. I don't even know if it's doable, but I'm gonna try it. Just for you guys, I'm trying this out. So we can turn the hand this way, plug it in like so, plug the back of the hand on. In theory, come on, line up, line up. It's giving me problems. It's giving me problems, guys. I like doing these things live just to see if I can get it. Okay, so I got that. So we know that it can go in the hand. Such a light kid, it just topples over. Okay, so that totally works, except that now it's a flip-floppy mess. But he can, in fact, hold the shield in his hand. Not that you really need to, ever. But I guess that's in case you want to replicate this look, I guess. You can just, like, be tucked up under there. I mean, that's a rather uncomfortable position, I think. Alright, so the other thing he does come with, you can see him right there on the back of the shield. The beam sabers. I don't know if I can get that out of there. Come on. They are tucked on there very nicely. Jeez. I'm just gonna very quickly just pull the hand back off. There we go. Okay, he's got small feet. I give him that. Very small feet adds to the hilarity. And that back little piece keeps popping off. It is what it is. Alright, so he can hold the beam sabers, presumably very loosely due to how tiny they are. And you do get beam saber blades, as you saw in the unboxing, with probably one of the tiniest handles. But hey, there we go. We have a fully armored up Leo ready for battle. Very, very cool. And I'm just going to put this out of the way for now. And we'll talk a little bit of detail. So right here on the head, you've got the clear camera sticker. Not sticker, but actually clear lens piece. And as you guys can see, it is incredibly reflective. Mostly because I actually put a piece of chrome foil back there. I definitely recommend that. So if you've got some extra foil sheet laying around, just cut yourself a little bitty square, pop it right back in there. It actually really, really makes it good. And you'll see it better probably in the photographs later on. Panel lined all in green for the most part, except for down here on the ankle armor. For some reason I did that in brown. No idea why I did that. Brown or green probably would be, you know, easily sufficient for this guy. I missed the butt thingies there. You do got butt thrusters there. You do have this little guy here on the leg, on the thigh here. I just screwed that up big time. It's like tucked in there now. Either way, those come open, and I assume it's for an add-on later, because there's nothing in these instructions at all. So presumably that is for something, more than likely for the space type, if I had to take a guess. Or potential weapon storage, just not for these weapons as far as I can see. And these ankle armors pop off super easy. They're just on a little ball joint down there. Alright, so let's go over articulation real quick, because this guy's fairly articulate for something so tiny. Now, one thing is, the head is essentially a fixed unit. The only movement you get kind of is right in this, and it doesn't even really move. Now, everything I just said is entirely true from the stock unit. However, mine has been modified so that you can, in fact, rotate the head. The original one, you cannot do that at all. The head is totally fixed in place. Now, for actually how it's done, I'll pull up some pictures right here. So you can see the inside of just below the actual top of the head, right here on the picture. And it has tabs, vertical tabs for aligning things. You have to shave all of those off, and I mean completely. Use a knife, use a file, whatever you've got on hand to just totally round those off. Now, the other thing you need to do is you have to glue the red vent or side of the head pieces on to the top of the head. You have to glue that on, just hold them in place temporarily with some if you got some super glue or you got some cement, whatever you got to hold it together, glue those onto the side of the head, or else they're not going to hold on to, because those usually plug on to the tabs you just took off. Now, after that, the only other thing you need to do is sand down or trim off the little lip at the back of the head and the front of the head, the kind of chin area, and then you will actually be able to turn your head like my guy can. And I can't remember exactly who it is that showed this mod off in the Gunpla groups at first, but thank you for that. You know, it was very useful. I know it's somebody who does watch my channel for sure, and I'm sure it'll pop up in the comments immediately after I've mentioned this. So, further articulation. We've got shoulder butterfly as usual with the polycaps in there. Ball joint mount, so it goes all the way around. Shoulder can come that high up, and if you rotate at the bicep, you can totally get a high teacher, but I really wish I had a hand for that. Mind you, these ball joints pop out fairly easy. You do get the bicep rotation all the way around. You get a single jointed elbow that goes super far, way past 90. Gotta love that. And it's actually very strange how these joints actually come together. Ball joint mounted hand, yay for that. You've got torso articulation up top, and you have a center ball joint as well, and waist rotation. So you've got all the ab crunch, all the turning of the body you could possibly need. It's fantastic, if I'm totally honest with you guys. The side skirts and all that are a little bit wonky, just the way they're designed, but they're for the most part out of your way. So you can kick forward, no problem that way. You can kick back about to there. If you move these side skirts up a little bit, you can really get it going. Very interesting way that the hips are designed, kind of like some MGs, but you also get the shimmy, 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 shimmy. And you got thigh rotation right there. Can only go so far, but it's good. Double jointed knee, that's a little bit loose. That's just the way it's designed, but you can probably squeeze it, make it a little bit tighter. Like that ankle or the knee armor just hangs out there. It's pretty cool. And then the ankle is just ball joint mounted with a little bit of a hinge to it to allow for pointing. I said a little bit of a hinge. If you completely knock off the ankle armor, you can do that. So that is funny. If you want to give it a slightly more weathered look, I would say go for the brown, and then you'll end up with something like my Gusion that I did. If you want to feel like, go back and rewatch that Gusion review. But for the most part, this is a very, very good $10 kit. The articulation, other than the fact that the head, it doesn't articulate, is fantastic. You do that one mod, it doesn't really cost you anything. Just a little bit of plastic, some glue if you've already got it, which you should have it already. You should already have some good plastic cement, guys. A little bit of that, maybe like 30 minutes of your time maximum to really get that cleaned up and nice. And honestly, you have one of the best kits we've come across so far. I do wish it had come with some decals or something like that, some faction logos, anything like that, some Oz logos, that'd be cool. I guess if you got any old ones from like a wing decal set or something like that, it will be good. Obviously, they're going to expand this. They're going to give us a Space Leo very soon. P Bandai, of course. And I have a feeling we're just going to get all kinds of different versions. I will say that just swapping out the shoulder armor is mildly problematic. As you can see, that was just a little hard to get that tabbed in, but no biggie. And this thing is only a couple steps away from a tall geese. I mean, just totally honest. For the most part, tall geese exist as almost all of this. I guess realistically, these are for the thigh armors for the tall geese, now that I thought about it. Because the thigh armor comes, or the side skirts, the thigh armor, all that is connected usually to the legs. So that's probably what that was for, and I'm just a dummy. But if you add or throw in the added head rotation, this is a very, very cool kit, guys. And I definitely suggest it. And for beginners as well, this would also be a very, very good one to practice on, especially with just the light modding of the head. But other than that, it's a really good one. And guys, just real quick before final thoughts, I did forget to mention he can totally dual wield the machine gun. You can just maneuver the hands over there, and he can hold it. You can just do that. This ankle armor is really annoying me. With the top it keeps hitting the top of the foot and popping off, so that is slightly annoying. But yeah. Now next time we're gonna take a look at another new Leo. You know where this is going already. But until then, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up button if you're a fan of the Leo. If you're a fan of this channel, go ahead and hit that button. And guys, if you want to help out a little bit, go ahead and check out the Patreon right here on the screen and in the description down below. Every little bit definitely helps. So even for $5 a month, you could help support one of your favorite YouTube creators. And if you don't want to do that, but you want to show off that you're part of the Shoky Nation, you can totally buy a shirt. You got them right here on the screen. A few designs. A couple more coming up sometime soon for a specific thing that I tend to do fairly often. At least once a year. There we go. Tuck that back in there. That works out better. Alright guys, but that's going to be it for this review of the HG Leo. And just remember, as always, to keep on building.